There's a living legend in the studio, and with that, you know who it is. It's the legend, Kojo Antwi. Usually we want to put him in a certain corner, but he says what he does is not just highlight. It's elevated more into the genre of Afro pop. And he joins us now today because we know Christmas Eve is synonymous with him. He has a show every single year, 24th night, and this time is no different. He's joining us this afternoon for a quick conversation. Thank you for coming, legend. I always don't like to call you Kojo Antwi. Legends, it's just fine with me. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Long time.
Yes.
You were just mentioning that the song we just heard, you can do it even better today.
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Let's see
Well,
that.
Have you heard the new one?
No, I haven't.
You haven't. You need to listen to it.
Spoil me with this one today. A cappella now.
I'm saving it all for Saturday.
No, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Minyan taban come to my cordon. The beat will be different, the approach will be different if I should do it.
That's what I give away too much.
You know.
Okay, that's fine. But how has it been for you? Long time.
Great. It's been fulfilling.
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
Fulfilling.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Looking back, I think I've been doing it ever since I was young. I mean, it's been different levels, different stages, but I've been doing it all my life.
How do you keep surviving in almost every single generation?
I was fortunate enough to have gotten some experience before I entered the studio to start recording my music. I was singing songs of Bob Marley, the Kool and the Gangs, the Mighty Diamonds, and Bernie Spear and the rest, so I could adapt to their voices. It was some kind of system that taught me how to structure your song from a verse to chorus, another verse, a bridge, and then I believe I went through a system that made me appreciate good music, and that when I sit to write a song, I try to do same. Try to write songs that will live for a long time.
What does it take to do that?
You have to be very observant. You need to listen around you because music is all around us. Now listen, we're still listening to Beethoven. We listen to, what do you call it? Handel.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? How many years did they record their songs? Somewhere in the 17th something or 18th century, or, are we still listening to them? Why is it that today we write songs and maybe 3 months after you don't want to hear the songs anymore?
What is it down to? Laziness?
A lot of factors. A lot of factors.
What are those factors? Spoil me.
Well, I believe we have a system that doesn't help the artist to grow. Sometimes if you have, as a musician, you need to understand what the basics, minor chords, the major chords, those are your tools to work with. You create moods with chords. Every chord demands a certain way of singing. So if you walk into a studio, you should know what kind of colors you want to use, what kind of melodies you want to use. That helps the music. It creates a character for you. Because when I listen to Bob Marley without his voice, when I listen to the chords, progression, I know that that's Bob. If you listen to albums of Osibisa, every artist must have a character, and that one is what helps you to build a brand.
Okay.
But if you walk into a studio that you have engineer who has created a beat, and you just go and that's another side of creativity. You understand what I'm saying? You have to leave the music. Words that you write must have a certain music support in it. But if we all can just walk into a studio and improvise, but work on that. You can write good music, you can write great music, and you can write classics. So it depends on your choice.
And yours is what?
I try to write classics.
And how many classics do you have?
Ghanaian should be. I don't think, well, from what I'm hearing, I've done a good job.
A good job.
I'm still working at it.
A good job.
I'm still working.
Okay, so you look at the generation today. You've already explained what it is. What do you think the people of today are not doing right? How come we can get 10, 15, 20 of your kind doing classic music?
I think we have some great musicians out there. I think we do. But the problem we have is you have the media spearheading the direction of music. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
I belong to a generation of presenters who will sit in the studio and they won't mix a song into another song before they believe that song is good enough. There are songs for the afternoon when it's so warm and you want to relax and you need something to relax you. There are songs to play. And a song shouldn't be the same tempo that you must mix or push it higher to get into the same. No, you need to have varieties. That's why you take every album, you will have ballads, you have mid-tempo songs, then you have those dance tracks that will go about 132 RPMs, But right now, a young musician, I'm coming out and I hear songs that if you go a certain tempo or a certain kind of thing, it won't get played on air. I'll be forced to just follow the crowd, follow what everybody is because I want to get it.
So we're doing too much fast food music now?
The good music is still out there, but it is not getting the kind of audience that is not getting the attention from those who pushes the button for the music to be played.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what the problem is.
Now to the mood we're getting into now. Christmas is what? 3 days away from us.
3 days away.
Mr. Music Man, what should be different about how we spend Christmas this year?
I think Ghanaians, we should be proud of ourselves. We just came out of a lot of turbulence. We were not sure before the elections. I mean, I wasn't even going to do the show because I wasn't sure this whole thing was going to go into January. And I am one of the people who started advocating that this election thing should be moved to November. And I was so happy that, because every 4 years we are like, oh, is it going to be, can we? This year, my good friend KSM is not doing this show, all because we came out and then we were confronted with just about 2 weeks today, And for me, this 24th is offering me a new location, a new environment, a place that I can do something different. I'm tired of the National Theatre. Over 20 years performing at the same...
You're tired of it?
Somehow. I'm always exploring. I want new ideas, the shows that I do, I don't call them shows anymore. I call them experience.
Experience.
You must enter a place and feel the vibes of the whole place, not just what is happening on stage. The music must tell you something. That it's communication. You're communicating with the audience. So it's not just you you sitting there, you doing your own thing, I'm doing my own thing. And I believe with the National Theatre, I've done everything. And I wasn't inspired anymore. But I found this new place, Kempinski Hotel.
Kempinski, okay.
Kempinski, and
what is it about that place that makes you want to do it there?
I think Saturday will have an intimacy.
Newfound love.
Great one.
Okay, all right. So just before we go into the details of what's going to happen on Christmas Eve, you say you nearly called off this program.
Yeah.
Looking back, realizing that what you had feared did not happen, what should we do so that the next 4 years,
I think we should consider taking it to November. I'm not the only one it's not just our cocoa season is around this period that you have these, events, Christmas, Easter, festivals and all that. And, but those are the times that the market women and all that, they all make some good sales, And I believe December is not very good because no matter what we do, I don't know how to explain that, but I think we should we should consider having it at a time that we can still have it and go back and do what we do. To have a celebration. We shouldn't be, every 4 years shouldn't be like, okay, hey, something is going to happen. That uncertainty.
What should we change about that? Is it down to the political parties? Is that what it is? Raising the tension, making things unbearable?
I think that's bad. I was looking forward to the winner coming out and the president-elect, when he was giving his giving his speech, I expected him to say something about the supporters of MPP going out with the flag of MPP in one hand, Ghana flag in one hand, in the other. You know, because I believe the win was for Ghana. And I think what I'm looking to this new administration doing is patriotism. I think we don't have enough of that, and it's hurting this nation.
Why do you think we don't have it?
I think patriotism is something you build into your people from early age. The songs, I mean, for you to love your country. We have a nation that we come out of school and the next day we are standing in queue, embassies, trying to get out of this place. The only time you see the Ghanaian with the Ghanaian flag is when the Black Stars are playing at the World Cup. You know, and I think we should do more. We should do more.
Okay, now, inherent in what you just said is what music can do to make that possible for our development. So let's look ahead then. With your experience and what you've seen over the decades, what should we be doing to improve music, for it not to be just a vehicle for enjoyment, but for development?
Thanks for that question. I believe we should be supported. I mean, there are initiatives that must be supported. You have artists like Upclose singing "On My Baby," because probably he's not mentioning someone's name in the song. Maybe he won't get the support he needs to go into the studio to record such a song. Whilst another song is getting all the airplay in the nightclubs, radio, and all that. So initiatives like Upclose singing about "On My Baby" must be supported. When we watch those, when you watch Discovery TV and you see all those fishes swimming and someone goes under the sea to record those, you cannot tell those fishes, camera is ready, 1, 2, 3, action. Someone will go, will go under, maybe for 6 months you get just about 15 minutes of material. If that person is not supported, we will be deprived of what goes on under the sea. And that's the same thing I'm saying about music. It must be supported. Getting grants, those initiatives must be. You cannot ask a businessman to invest into something that he won't see his profit in. And that's why when you leave it to the people who are looking for profit, they only do songs that can get, that will help them to recoup their investment in no time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be your definition of music, based on what you just said?
My definition of music is, music to me is a gift to the world, like as God gave air, food, water to us as human beings. I think music is part of that.
Gives us life.
Gives us life.
Okay.
Music is medicine.
Okay. Now I'm beginning to get into that mood for Christmas Eve. Why should I show up for your show?
Why should you show up? I think I've proved myself over the years that you come, you listen to me, Yantaba, and you will hear something you haven't heard before. You see something you may not see that kind of show anywhere else. Elsewhere, you can go to, if you want to see, you can go to a place and hear opera music. You understand what I'm saying? You can go to Broadway and see a Broadway show. That gives you a bit of everything, acting, music. But in our part of the world, it's become a bit one-sided. And the band is on stage, and the fans are doing their own thing, dancing with their girlfriend and still conversing. You don't really care what is going on stage. You understand what I'm saying? My show offers you a bit of everything.
Broadway.
a bit of everything. To tell you the truth, my shows are not for everyone, and I know that.
Who's it for?
It's my target. Even my music is not for everyone.
Yeah. Niche market.
You see, people like Pavarotti, Julio Iglesias, they don't perform all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe they perform once in 5 years. But you go and watch Pavarotti and you pay for all, I mean, you get that satisfaction.
It will account for the 5 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to study what you're dealing with. And once you can do it and do it well, your target market will appreciate what you do. You won't be, it's not everyone who will understand what you're doing, but once you know what you're doing, you stick to it.
Okay. So for those who want to come, what do they do to get there? Where do they get the tickets?
Tickets are out at Kuala, Airport Shell, Barcelona Shell, and delivery is also done. There are 2 phone lines that you can call and tickets will be delivered to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maestro, thank you for coming today.
My pleasure.
Legend.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to you in advance.
Merry Christmas to you.
What's your own message for Ghanaians for this Christmas?
Hey, I think Ghanaians, we should be proud of ourselves, and it's not just going to be a short message, you know me. Something was sent to me from Kenya, a school. They were teaching the school children, and then the teacher was teaching them about democracy, and he asked, okay, define democracy, and one of the children said, Ghana. So I think we should be proud of ourselves. It's over, let's go out there and celebrate. The celebration starts with me, Kojo Antwi, 24th time.
All right, thank you so much for coming, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. And there's a lot more we'll bring you because we're already in a Christmas mood. In fact, our guys are out and about today. There's traffic to report big time in Accra. Also, the shopping has begun. Jennifer Kramer is joining us now to tell us how things are looking like in town with just a few days to go to Christmas.